Gather round, boys and girls, and I'll tell you the story of how the Grinch stole Mechwarrior leagues. Every Who down in Whoville liked Mechwarrior a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Mechwarrior and the whole Mechwarrior League season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that his PC's hard drive would drag. It could be perhaps that his connection caused lag. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his joystick was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his stick or his drive, he stood there wanting to burn them alive, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted monitors below in their town. For he knew every Mechwarrior from the noob to the hip was dreaming of winning the Grand Championship.
They're practicing their maps,
he snarled and sneered.
I must figure a way to stop them this year.
Then he growled, with his Grinch fingers nervously print screening.
Tomorrow's the game. They must be stopped from convening.
For when the season would start, all the mech girls and boys would master their game, be perfectly poised. And then the noise. The sounds of the game would make him want to destroy.
Target destroyed.
Then the kids, young and old, would play 4 hours at the least. The lasers would heat.
Warning,
the temperature would
peak exceeding
increase.
recommended level.
Whether by dial-up, broadband, or some other connection, the Mechwarrior League's website was their favorite selection. Then they'd do something that he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would get to know each other. The players would be winging from all over the world in hopes of low pinging. Players would post on the forums, and the shoutcasters would chat. And they'd chat, and they'd chat. They'd chat. And the more the Grinch thought of the Mechwarrior League game, the more the Grinch thought,
This whole thing is so lame. Why, for over 2 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this season from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he headed to the forums and started to misquote. And he chuckled and clucked.
This is worse than a cancer. With all my computer skills, I'll piss off Neuromancer.
Then he loaded some software and computer to the max.
I'll get in some games and then begin to hack.
Then the Grinch said,
Let's roll.
and his computer started down through cyberspace to homes where the Whos lay asleep in their town. All their monitors were dark, but a quiet hum filled the air. All the Whos were defragging their rigs to prepare when he came to the first house in the square.
This is stop number 1. I'll use only 2 megs.
And he slinked through the ports, viruses attached to JPEGs. Then he slid through the firewall. A rather tight pinch, but if any hacker could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a minute or 2. Then he found the right directory, his timing on cue, where the little Who files were all in a row.
These programs,
He grinned.
are the first things to go.
He typed and he clicked with a devilish smirk. He warped the hard drive. The Grinch went berserk. Emails, pictures, waves, MP3s, mad cats, vultures, and even the fleas. He sent them to recycle, dragged and dropped very nimbly. Then he deleted them all.
Cram that up your chimney.
And now it was time to hit the website, the one Neuro worked on many days and many nights. He played tricks in the forum. He corrupted the code. The radio page was next to implode. And while the Grinch hacked the site, feeling quite sublime, he heard a small sound, like an online chime. He turned to his IM, and he saw a small who. Little Bayo-Loo-Hoo, who was no more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this little programmer, who'd got out of bed to chastise a spammer. He stared at the Grinch and said,
Mr. Grinch, why? Why are you taking our game? Oh, why?
But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tot?
The fake pilot lied.
There's an error in the coding on the right side. So I'm fixing the bug, my dear sweet little boy. I'll make it run faster. Then I'll bring back your toy.
But the child was smarter than the old Grinch had thunk, so he slipped Bayo booze and got him all drunk. And when Bayo-Loo-Hoo was passed out on the floor, the Grinch hijacked the address and headed for more. On the desktop he left nothing but some pics to admire, of some men and some ladies with very little attire. He did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving pics much too naughty for the other Who's spouses. It was 1:15 dawn, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he scurried and fled.
Pooh-pooh to the Who's.
He was Grinchiously humming.
They're finding out that no Mechwarrior League season is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open, seemingly stuck. Then all the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, "What the fuck?" That's a noise,
Grinned the Grinch.
that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch grabbed a cold beer. And he did hear a sound rising over the wire. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound was ecstatic. But it couldn't be so. His sound card had static. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch felt chastised. Then he shook, and what he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing. Wait, singing?
Yes, singing. Is there a problem?
No, just making sure. It just seemed kind of ridiculous.
They were singing.
Right, singing. Let me start over. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing, without Mechwarrior Leagues at all. And he puzzled and puzzled, till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe the Mechwarrior League season,
He thought,
isn't so lame. Maybe if I record a good demo, they'll let me shoutcast a game.
and what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small joystick grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his stick didn't feel quite so cheap, he whizzed in the snow and jumped back to his seat. And he rebooted the site, restored the files he had snatched, and he himself, the Grinch, shoutcasted the first match.
Jerry Grinch.
Hello, everybody. This is Sonics wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Hail Warriors, this is Neuromancer wishing you happy holidays from everyone at Mechwarrior Leagues.
Season's greetings from all of us at MWL Radio. Merry Christmas, everybody.
This is DJ Marzipan. Season's greetings from all of us at MWL Radio.
Season's greetings from all of us at MWL Radio. Merry Christmas, everybody, from Grippy.
This is DJ Kaschban on MWL Radio. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Euch wünsche ich ein frohes Weihnachtsfest und einen guten Rutsch ins neue Jahr 2005.
Hello, Mechwarrior League listeners. This is Biggie J wanting to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And a special thank you from everyone here at MWL Radio for all your support.
Happy holidays, everyone, from me, Duncan Fisher. And thanks for a great year here on Mechwarrior League Radio.